These guys are going in. This is the hotel where the murder took place.
I've got him in sight.
Man, these guys risk their lives all the time. Okay, let's go. You made a big mistake. This is a bad day for you.
Ahwatukee, Arizona, November 29th, 2004.
We need help now! We need help now!
Yeah, nobody else has been shot, just the one guy.
A swift, well-planned execution. It went down right here at this mall in Phoenix, Arizona. It was the morning of Monday, November 29th, just after Thanksgiving, one of the biggest box office weekends of the year. A young armored car security guard, Keith Palomares, walked away from this 24-theater multiplex with a money bag stuffed with $56,000. Out of nowhere, the killer struck. Now, he must have known Keith was wearing body armor, because here he was bleeding very badly, and witnesses rushed to help him. There wasn't a moment to lose. One of those witnesses, Tracy Brookins, stood right over here. Tracy, thanks for being with us tonight. Tell me what went down here.
Well, I was here with another guy. We were painting some of the benches here in the theater, and I went to throw some garbage away and turned around to walk away, and that's when the shooter came across.
Came right out of this alley?
Came right out of this alley,
okay.
Walked right in front of me,
okay.
And all of a sudden he started blasting.
Then what happened? You run over to the guard?
After I got on the phone, then I ran back to the guard, and I was on the phone with 911, and I mean, I was hysterical by then. I actually finally it kicked in at what just happened in front of me.
Did the guard say anything to you?
He tried.
Tried?
Yeah, he couldn't speak.
Because he was shot in the head so many times?
He was shot in the neck. He had two, and he actually, I could read his lips. He said, "Please help me." And I knelt down to him, and there was nothing I could do for him.
You tried really hard?
I mean, I was on the phone with the 911 operator, and I was asking her, "Please tell me what to do." And by then, I mean, he had so much blood coming out of him, it was unbelievable.
Nothing you could do.
No.
But you know, you did the right thing. You're a good citizen. You tried to help him, save his life. You tried to stop the guy that committed the murder. Thank God you didn't get shot. We're going to try to help get justice for that guard's family.
I hope you do.
Thank you. Now, investigators discovered that the shooter used .45 caliber bullets, but not the regular kind. They were very expensive and rarely used Corbin brand bullets. They're some of the highest velocity ammo on the market. In fact, they're so powerful, they went right through the victim and damaged tiles on the mall wall right over there. They also broke one of the box office windows here at the theater. Now, after shooting the guard, the gunman runs to this alley up here, where he's got a bike stash. He jumps on that bike and rides right out of the mall. Hours later, police tracked the gunman to this spot. Now, cops know that this is the escape bike. And when a forensic expert checks it out, he finds a clean fingerprint. Cops run the print, and they hit the jackpot. It matches with a guy who had registered a gun in Utah, a .45 caliber pistol. He'd also bought a box of Corbin bullets, like the ones used in the murder. The guy's name? Jason Brown.
Yeah, this is Jason Brown. I need to extend my stay a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to make it back by noon.
All right, that won't be a problem, Mr. Brown. I'll just need to verify your credit card number one more time if I could.
You gotta be kidding me. What for?
I'm sorry, I just need to do it one more time just to make sure I'm charging the right credit card. I noticed there was a great deal of traffic noise in the background, and he was really agitated with me that I would not hang up the phone.
Word of the murder quickly hit the news and was the hot topic of conversation at the Extended Stay America Motel.
It's very sad. Yeah, I heard the killer rode away on a mountain bike with the money. Can you believe right up
I
there?
spoke to you earlier. My name's Jason Brown. Can I get a room key scan, please?
Absolutely. Let me just finish up these folks and I'll be right with you. He stood off to the side, very nervous, did not engage in our conversation regarding the robbery, which was kind of strange because normally, you know, a guest would jump in and interact and have some kind of conversation. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
The clerk thought Jason Brown was acting strangely and began to suspect he might be hiding something. A surveillance camera caught the moment as Brown stood at the front desk.
You're all set. You have a good night.
After Brown left, the clerk dealt with other customers, but couldn't take her mind off of Brown and how suspicious he seemed. The clerk then saw Jason Brown come back through the lobby and then exit through a side door.
One of my regular guests started talking about a gentleman who was loading his vehicle who was acting very strangely. And he came in and he just said, you know, the gentleman who was wanted in that robbery, do you have a description of him? And I said, yes, why? And he goes, earlier in the week, I recall seeing a bicycle in his vehicle. And the bicycle is what really triggered me. I spoke to that guy earlier, and there's a lot of traffic noise, and I started remembering what he looked like, and I said, you know, he fits the description of what I have heard so far of what the shooter looked like. And so I said, you know, I think I'm going to call the police.
5 minutes later, cops arrived, but Brown was already gone. The facts of the crime led cops to believe Brown was a hardened killer. The facts of his life pointed to something entirely different. When we come back, we'll take you inside the life of a player in the fast lane and show you how cops say his secret double life led to murder. When Cleveland police arrived at this house in June of 2000 to check out a report of a homicide, they found overkill. 41-year-old David Settle was dead, shot several times execution style inside his own home. But there was more. There was another body. It was David's mother, Patsy. Cops quickly named a suspect, Fethi Jalassi, a native of Tunisia. They say he shot David out of jealousy. David was dating the same woman as Jalassi. David's mother was apparently killed just because she was there. Fethi Jalassi sometimes uses the name Frank Adams and has connections to Las Vegas, but he often travels and could be in Mexico, Morocco, or his native Tunisia. If you've seen Fethi Jalassi, call us tonight at 1-800-CRIME-TV. So here's what we know so far. Cops had a murder in broad daylight. They knew the killer used expensive, high-velocity .45 caliber bullets. They found a fingerprint, and that led to a name, Jason Brown. Brown owned a Glock 45, and they discovered surveillance shots of him at a local motel's checkout desk after the murder. But cops also got footage of Brown checking out something else. Police say this video shows Brown here at the mall just moments before the murder. You can barely make him out. He's the shadowy figure almost out of frame. He's casing the mall, waiting for his victim. In the next instant, police say he shoots the guard and takes the money. You can see him drop the money and his gun, pick them back up, and then take off. Cops were convinced that Jason Brown must be a hardened criminal. But as Ed Miller found out, there was much more to the picture.
Brown, write a book about him. Rich and always looking to have a good time, Brown lived the life most people just dream of. His story starts in the late 80s when Jason Brown arrives in Salt Lake City to prepare for his Mormon mission abroad.
We're gonna leave it to Peter.
He did not exactly fit the profile of a humble servant of the Lord.
I thought he was a jerk. He was a hothead. He was a flashy, I'm the man hothead. The rules of the mission didn't apply, and apparently the rules of life don't apply to him either.
We know Jason Brown had a brief stint as a Mormon missionary in France. Colleagues say he just went there to meet girls.
Get up and do that.
We also know he had a brief stint as a husband in Provo, Utah, but that apparently didn't fit his high-flying taste. His next move, Brown heads south to Phoenix, Arizona. No one knows how, but Brown always seemed to have an endless supply of cash. It was all fast cars, faster women, and fun in the sun. But like many self-absorbed, egotistical playboys, Brown had his eccentricities. He's obsessive about dirt on the floor. Brown constantly mops and vacuums and won't let people in if they're wearing shoes. But no one minded his eccentricities. As long as Brown was paying, he was everyone's best buddy.
He was the guy in the bar who'd be buying all the drinks. He was the guy everybody knew in the club. Nobody knew exactly what he did.
Captain and Coke, my friend.
Friends say Brown only dates petite blondes, and he dates a lot of them, always making them feel like they're at the center of the universe.
So how did Jason Brown afford this ritzy lifestyle? Turns out he really couldn't. He only made the down payment on the car, the ATVs, and the boat. Then never bothered making any more payments. His house was rented. Everything in Jason Brown's life was a lie.
Here's an example. Brown's roommate told us Brown set up a phony office in his Phoenix home as he pretended to be a big-time import-exporter of golf clubs. But it was all show. The computers had no internet access, and the fax machine not even connected to a phone line. But the lies were about to get bigger.
I'm gonna need to get you a headshot and bio.
Okay. Is that gonna be expensive?
No, my partner and I can get you a reduced rate.
Authorities say in early 2004, Brown moves to Austin, Texas. He and an associate open up a phony modeling agency. All they really do is bilk people out of thousands of dollars, taking their photos and promising to book them on jobs. For so long, word of Brown's phony modeling agency leaks out. But before authorities can bring him down, Brown flees. Authorities believe by November of 2004, Brown's life is spiraling downward, and whatever money he has left is running out. Brown ends up in Salt Lake City, and on November 8th, he purchases a .45 caliber Glock semi-automatic, as well as his supply of expensive Corbin bullets.
Look, you got to get your legs spread out, get your balance, and stop yanking on that trigger.
Look, I came here to shoot my gun, not to hear you shoot your mouth off. You want my business or not?
Fine.
Overall, I would say he was an obnoxious student. He was very conceited.
2 days later, November 10th, authorities say this is when Brown applies for a concealed weapons permit. Right afterwards, he leaves town. It's now November 13th. Brown's gotten so low that he's crawled back to Phoenix with his tail between his legs and is crashing at his ex-roommate's apartment.
Hey man, look, I gotta go to work. Damn, me too.
For days, authorities say Brown pretends to go to work. What he's really doing is staking out the pickup routine of Dunbar armored car driver Keith Palomares at the same Phoenix movie theater that he'd often take his dates to.
Hey, well, what's up with you not having a place? You know you're welcome to keep crashing on my couch as long as you know that, right? Thanks, man, but I'm gonna check into a hotel for a while, you know? You okay? Yeah. I don't know. I'm just sick of living couch to couch. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a drag. But I'm gonna do something about it.
He even mentioned to some of his friends that he was sick of that lifestyle, living on a couch, and he needed to get some money somehow.
November 28th, the desert outside of Phoenix. Authorities say Brown is doing some target practice when he misses.
Down! Stop shooting! Stop shooting!
He accidentally hits the truck door of a family camping nearby.
I drove down to where the bullets came from. I saw a guy standing there next to a car. I told him, "You hit my truck, and you're going to have to pay for damages. You're lucky you didn't kill one of us." And he got out a paper plate and proceeded to write all his personal information on it. You know, I wanted him to pay for the damage to the truck. I didn't want to get stuck with it.
The morning of Monday, November 29th, 2004. As John Walsh showed you earlier, surveillance footage catches Brown moments before the violent murder that he's accused of. And sadly, we know what happens next.
So, that's the book on Jason Brown. A guy cops believe is a charming, calculating, and desperate killer. When we come back, we'll give you what you need to know to catch him, including one very important clue you've already seen but may not have noticed. It's the clue that could break this case wide open.
He may be driving a gray Toyota minivan and could be hiding in Mexico. Richard Ochoa is wanted for running drugs into California, Texas, and the Midwest. Ochoa has Chinese letters on his neck and noticeably large tattoos on both arms. Cops say he's using a fake Illinois driver's license. The Florida Highway Patrol says Kerry Price was intoxicated when he drove off the road and into 3 construction workers. Cops say it was Price's 3rd DUI. He has family in Alabama and may be selling medical equipment. In Kansas City, Javier Mendoza is wanted for killing 2 innocent bystanders in a shootout. Mendoza goes by the nickname Pallone, and he has the tattoo 3RST on his left hand. Mendoza may be carrying high-powered rifles. Now that they've had their 15 seconds of shame, you know what to do. If you've seen any of these fugitives, call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV.
One thing you have to say about Jason Brown is that so far, he's been incredibly lucky. He left his motel only 5 minutes before cops came to take him down. And he's still out there, even though his carelessness has given cops plenty to go on.
Detectives have managed to track Jason Brown's movements after the murder, and he didn't stay still for very long. That very night, cops say Brown booked out of Phoenix in his BMW and headed to Nevada, checking into a motel in Henderson at 1:56 in the morning. At 9 a.m., when the banks opened, Brown deposited $2,000 cash into his personal account. Then he headed to Las Vegas. That's where he dumped the BMW. By the time cops found it, it had been wiped clean of any clues. Cops believe Brown had another car waiting for him in Vegas, his Cadillac Escalade. He headed west to California. The next day, December 1st, Dana Point, California. Another deposit. These surveillance camera pictures show Brown at a bank in Dana Point, putting another $2,000 into his account. Cops believe Brown headed north to Portland, Oregon, because on December 13th, they found his black Cadillac Escalade in a parking lot at the Portland airport. However, there's no indication he got on a plane. That's where his trail goes cold. No one has seen Brown since. Tonight, you can put cops back on Jason Brown's trail. Let's go over the clues. Friends say Brown is a real party animal. He loves to hang out in nightclubs and casinos, flashing his cash and buying drinks for everyone. And when Brown's drinking, it'll be a Captain Morgan's rum and Coke.
Straighten your placemat.
Brown's a neat freak. Placemats on a table must be perfect. And Brown hates people wearing shoes in his home. Brown loves to be out on the water, ride dirt bikes and ATVs, and play golf. And there's one more weird thing. Brown shaves all his body hair.
Tonight, let's show this creep that he hasn't gotten away with anything. He's just been added to the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. If you've seen him, have the guts to give us that call right now at 1-800-CRIME-TV. Now, there's one more clue about Brown that we showed you earlier. Let's see if you caught it. Remember, you saw these surveillance images of Brown at the motel. Then we showed you these shots taken a few minutes later. Look closely. See the man right here? Well, cops want to talk to him in a big way because he left the motel with Jason Brown.
The man had come into the lobby just after Brown went back to his room.
I can help you with something?
No thank you. I'm just waiting for somebody.
He was about 6 foot tall, dark hair, probably early 30s. They were talking in very hushed tones. They spoke a few moments in the lobby and they exited out my side door. It was the last time I saw either one of them.
Now, you can take a longer look at this mystery man on our website at AMW.com. That's where you'll find all of our clues on this case. And it's also where you can leave your tip if you've seen Jason Brown.
For more than a month, the nation has been captivated by a mystery. A mystery that includes love, seduction, death, and a cast of characters not even Hollywood could have scripted.
Watch this. Come on.
But it's also a mystery that you've tried to help us solve. Stacy Peterson, a 23-year-old mother from Bolingbrook, Illinois, vanished on October 28, 2007. Police say Stacy's husband, Drew, is a suspect in her disappearance and possible homicide.
America's Most Wanted.
We've asked you to help Illinois State Police with the Peterson case from the start, and you haven't let us down.
Okay, so the car was parked on the gas station property?
First, we told you about the Peterson family cars, especially the dark blue GMC Yukon with a distinctive sticker on the back. Police still want to know if anyone saw either the SUV or the purple Pontiac Grand Prix in Bolingbrook, Plainfield, or Shorewood just days before Halloween on October 28th or 29th. October 29th is also important because two truck drivers told police that on that day they were approached by two men. It was 3:30 in the morning at a truck stop in Bolingbrook. The men asked the truckers to transport a package. Police believe that one of those men was Stacy's husband, Drew, and that the package may be directly related to Stacy's case.
I'd get this.
And this week, a major search led by the Coast Guard in the Chicago Sanitary and Ship Canal, a place where your tips told us to look. As time passes, Stacy's family needs your help now more than ever.
Every time we get a certain lead or a tip that sounds really promising, our hopes go really high. We think, wow, this may be, the day.
If you know anything about Stacy's disappearance, please call our hotline right now at 1-800-CRIME-TV. And remember, you can stay up to date with all the latest developments at AMW.com.
The police are really stumped on this next case, and they need your tips to help them solve it tonight.
The Phantom of Fairmount Park has returned. 4 years ago, a predator turned one of Philadelphia's most beautiful playgrounds into a killer's lair. In the summer of 2003, police charged this unknown attacker with a series of rapes and the murder of 21-year-old Rebecca Park. The victims were all similar, young, athletic women jogging alone through the park. Armed with a sketch and DNA, police hoped they would catch up with this predator. But despite a citywide manhunt and several airings on AMW, this prolific attacker remains at large.
My biggest fear with this guy is he's going to come back and do it again here. Absolutely. In the park, because he knows this park, because this park's like a playground to him.
Then this past August, the same rapist attacked a woman who was walking alone in Philadelphia's Pennypack Park. Philadelphia detectives say DNA retrieved from the most recent victim matches DNA from the other 3 attacks 4 years ago. If you know anything that can help Philadelphia police identify this predator, call us right now at 1-800-CRIME-TV. On the night of August 20, responsibility.
Only a person who built the bomb or was intimately associated with the bomber would know the information in the communique.
Now police...
We felt we had a very good lead to go on. And from there, we started to conduct surveillance on San Diego.
And when agents located San Diego's car, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Police say the Shackley Corporation, another company San Diego bombed, was targeted because he thought they were testing animals. As it turns out, Shackley is not involved in animal testing. If you've seen Daniel Andreas San Diego, call us right now at 1-800-CRIME-TV. Becoming a hairdresser was a childhood dream come true for Fabiola Hernandez.
Fabiola, when she's a little girl, she likes to play with Barbies a lot. She liked to be stylish.
Right after high school, Fabiola got her cosmetology license and quickly became one of the busiest stylists at Patricia's Salon on Salt Lake City's west side. Everyone knew her as Fabi. By the summer of 2007, Fabiola decided to open her own salon. And even with her demanding work schedule, Fabi always made time for the most important thing, family.
I think my inspiration comes from Fabi. She would always be talking about what she would want to do when she was older. So I think I have a little bit of Fabi in me.
On August 15th, 2007, Laura, Fabi, and their 9-year-old brother came face to face with the most dangerous situation of their lives.
A gunman walked in through the door. He pointed a gun at Fabiola, demanded they all get down on the floor, and then he demanded money from Fabiola.
And without any warning, the intruder shot Fabiola right in front of her young brother and sister.
For me and my little brother to see the whole thing, it was just the worst nightmare I ever had.
That ripped my heart out. And I still thinking she's gonna walk to the door and she's gonna say, "Mommy, I'm here. Don't worry, everything is fine."
Within weeks of Fabiola's murder, an anonymous tipster helped cops identify the fugitive as 19-year-old Miguel Mateos Martinez.
He has numerous tattoos, most pronounced of which he has the words Mateos tattooed on the inside of his forearms.
He was the one who killed my daughter. He's the one who's supposed to be in jail.
Authorities believe Martinez could be hiding in California or Oregon, and your tips could be the break needed to solve this case. If you have any information about Miguel Mateos Martinez, call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV.
Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Coming up, we go after a real Jekyll and Hyde.
Man, but he also had a side to him that was dark.
And one day, that dark side exploded.
Picturing a man like that, it's not a man, it's a monster.
By all accounts, Robert Fisher led a night survivalist, but Fisher had a secret that devastated his friends, his family, and his faith. And now Detective Ralph DeFonso is on his trail.
Hey, an armful of kids.
What is it that we are all searching for in life? A purpose to our very existence? Or perhaps for some, an inner peace? Whatever the answer may be, but I wasn't dealing with just any man. I was hunting a monster, Robert Fisher. a born-again Christian who police say slaughtered his wife and young children.
Cut.
Stand up. You know, it's like, what's my line with this guy, isn't it?
That's our big question about him, because everyone we talk to, you get a different story.
Yeah.
I almost refer to it as a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Fisher.
He's what a crime.
Investigators discovered Fisher's
two sides to him there. He had the Christian, want to be a good Christian man. The sexuality about him that was always strange.
warrior who killed animals but then smeared their blood on his body. Even Fisher's longtime friend noticed a change.
He did weird things.
That slab.
Clean slate.
Clean slate. There it is, you're right. The clean slate.
Here's where the fugitive investigation begins when this got left.
Exactly.
It's still a mystery way. Did Fisher come to this and find the trail?
Right on the other side of this fallen tree here.
The old Raiders hat that he was wearing, where was that here?
The hat was sitting right on the seat.
Oh, the seat of the car.
Seat of the car.
Did that assist in the track a little bit, or?
We used the hat as a scenting tool, and we never got an identifiable scent trail that the dogs followed from the vehicle.
Cruelty earned him a place on the FBI's most wanted list. Well, it's time to cross him off of it. If you've seen Robert Fisher, give us a call at 1-800-CRIME-TV. Police in Broward County, Florida say Sergeant Chris Rica was investigating a suspicious vehicle when an unidentified gunman shot him to death. Sergeant Rica served the Sheriff's Department for 18 years. In April 2007, he received the Deputy of the Month award. In his spare time, he enjoyed running, biking, and being with his family. He leaves behind a wife and 4 children. Now here's another look at some of tonight's cases. The Phoenix police and the FBI say that Jason Brown, who sometimes uses the name Frank Adams. He has connections to Las Vegas, but often travels and could be in Mexico, Morocco, or his native Tunisia. LA cops say Taizi Kui killed his ex-girlfriend and 2 others. Kui may be driving a gray Toyota. The Florida Highway Patrol says Kerry Price was driving drunk when he veered off the road and plowed into 3 construction workers. In Kansas City, Javier Mendoza is wanted for killing 2 innocent bystanders in a shootout. This sketch is of a man who cops in Philadelphia say is responsible for at least 4 rapes and 1 murder, all occurring in the city's public parks. Miguel Mateos Martinez is wanted for armed robbery and murder in Salt Lake City. San Francisco police say that Daniel Andreas San Diego bombed 2 companies that he believed were experimenting on animals. Illinois State Police are looking for any information regarding the disappearance of Stacy Peterson, who vanished October 28th from her suburban Chicago home. Program. I'm John Walsh. Thanks a lot for watching tonight. Remember, can make a difference.